What's up, guys, and welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. Last time we looked around the city a little bit and found out that there's some gang members hanging out, which has caused the mayor to lock up the shack that leads to the area where our first Your Sanctuary location is. So it looks like we're gonna have to take care of that before we're able to hit up our Your Sanctuary location and get our first melody. So let's look around the town a little bit more. In the meantime, we can talk to dogs because we're awesome. Bow wow, don't you think that you were needing a weapon? Did you know that the drugstore sells these things you can use? I knew about it. By the way, I didn't point this out. I actually went, got a few more dollars and I bought the cheap bracelet, which brings my defense from 14 to 17. Wait, 14 to 14. Oh, 9 to 14. There we go. So there's that. So we're a little bit more defensed. And here we have the hotel. Hotel One Net, $35 per night for a single room. Hotels in this game are a great way to restore your HP, but they are very expensive. And we just found plain old garbage in here. Say something funny. I'll listen. I can't wait any longer. I'm going back to watching the news. It's funnier than you. Oh, hateful. But yeah, like I said, there are some pretty funny things in here. Let's see. Okay, pop quiz. A Beatles song. XXX Can you fill in the blanks? Yes. That's correct. I'm impressed. Alright, so enough lollygagging, but if you haven't played this game before, definitely look around and talk to the NPCs and go to their houses and whatnot, because there are some really funny things. Alright, seems like we have a police station down here, but they're not doing much apparently. And we have more places where we can go in and buy food. And down here we have a game corner. What you got to say, Holmes? You look pretty weird. Do you want to meet Frank? You don't want Frank to beat you up, do you? Oh, great. Looks like we found a gang member. And we got the Pogo Punk. Pogo Punk has a charge attack that can do a lot of damage, so it's best to take them out quickly. And I'm actually pretty much hurting right now. I need to heal up a little bit after this battle, because I'm afraid he's going to charge me. I can't remember how much the charge attack does. And I believe they always drop a hamburger. Yeah, so we could just eat that hamburger real quick. Let's see, where's our goods? We have a bunch of cookies too we could eat. You know what, let's eat all the cookies. We'll save the hamburger for when we really need it. Because we really don't need cookies. Cookies only heal 6 HP, so even this early on in the game, they're not that great. And we have another hamburger. I just now realized we have 2 hamburgers. And one more sound cookie, one more sound cookie, one more cookie. And yeah, let's talk to this guy, see what he's got to say. Do you want to start a fight or what? Apparently we do. Alright, here we have the skate punk. The skate punk is very annoying in the fact that it will call other enemies into the area. They're not too terrible to take down, but when they call in a bunch of other punks in the area to battle with him, it can be a little bit annoying. And there's one more type of punk that I kind of want to see if I can find. Dig around in the trash can, and we found a can of fruit juice inside. Nice. So that's pretty helpful. Over here's the hospital. If you're ever sick, go there. It really doesn't come into play until later on when, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but it comes into play later on. And I was pretty sure that the sharks spawned right here. Yeah, okay, sharks will spawn right here. And here's another mechanic to the game. More than one enemy can join in on a battle. Unfortunately, we have 2 here that we've already seen. So let's go ahead and take them out. We'll take out the skate punk real quick. Because, and there we go. There's the hula hooper. Alright, so we just got 10 damage. We need to heal up a little bit so we don't get overwhelmed. But there's nothing really to say about the Pogo Punk. He's just pretty much a default enemy. I'm trying to take out, they're not the Pogo Punk, the Hula Hooper. The Hula Hooper is pretty much just a generic enemy. Doesn't have really anything that it can do. I'm gonna heal up real quick just because I don't want to get taken out by a fierce shred and the Yes Man. Oh, it's not a Hula Hooper, it's the Yes Man. But you already knew that because you saw my thing on screen. And we'll take down the skate punks before he can call anyone else in. Though I don't think he can call anyone else in because there is a cap to battles depending on what enemies are there. And I think we reached the cap with 3 with these. But yeah, it's Yes Man Jr. There we go. And oh, apparently they do a lot of damage. So apparently they're a little bit stronger than the other ones around this area. But there we go. There's all 3 variations. We grew to level 5. Our vitality went up by 1. IQ 1. Maximum HP by 12. That's fantastic. PP by 3. Wish it would have gone up a little bit higher, but it's whatever. Alright, so let's head into the game shop because apparently, or because it seemed to be that the sharks hang out here because they were hanging out outside. It was you! You beat up my buddy, didn't you? I beat up a lot of your buddies. You better just beat it! Oh, great. And it's just another Pogo Punk. We'll take him down pretty quickly. And sometimes the charges will miss, apparently. Oh, I guess that might be our luck stat into play. And we got a hamburger. They have not 100% accuracy, or do they? Was it? I guess it was Pogo Punks to have 100% drop rate of hamburgers. You sound like a real whiner to me. Don't get lippy or I'll kick your butt. Bring it, ho. We'll take you down. The music in here is kind of annoying, but it actually does sound pretty cool. Frank has an incredibly powerful weapon. If you get your hands on it, I bet you can stand against any enemy. Alright, so the leader of the gang is apparently Frank, and apparently he's got a good weapon. Hey, I'm trying to talk to you. Spit, 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 saliva, spit, spit. Do you want to chew some gum? I guess I should have been saying that like, you want some gum? Get your own, twit. These sharks are very mean. When you buy an item that should be equipped, do you bother to actually equip it? Heh. I gave a hint to my own enemy. I'm such a rockin' dude. I obviously have total confidence in my own abilities. So, are you ready to get it on, Spanky? Our name's Ness. So, yeah, we'll just take down some of the rest of the punks in here. It's a good idea to be at about level 6, or maybe, what are we at, 5? 5 or 6, it doesn't really matter. Because the first big enemy that you encounter is going to be Frank, spoiler alert. And I don't want to spoil anything, I guess you'll just see it. To tell you the truth, I like drinking tea and eating fresh vegetables, but that doesn't fit my super cool image. I guess I just have to accept this about myself. Alright, so yeah, there's not much to talk about the story right now, which is why I'm just kind of going around listening to the dialogue. But let's go ahead and start progressing to the story. This guy seems like he's guarding this for something, and Frank seems to be in the back. I guess I should point that out. Probably gonna get rushed by sharks out here. Nope. Alright, so that must be Frank, and I don't know what that thing behind the tree is. What, you want to meet our boss, Frank? He's in the backyard of the game arcade thinking about peace and love. You might want to visit him. What is he, a hippie? Alright, so that appears to be Frank and something weird behind the bushes. Maybe that's the secret weapon we heard about. Alright, so yeah, let's talk to this guy real quick, see what he's got. Hey kid, do you want to become a member? No! Don't be such a snob. I actually don't know what happens if you press yes. I probably should have pressed yes there. Alright, and we just have another Yes Man Jr. And we'll take him out fairly easily. Because we are at level 5, I believe. 5 or 6. Let's check real quick. We can go here to our status, and we are at... Sorry, I'm blanking. Level 5. Alright, now we have access to the backyard, and you want to kind of heal up if you haven't already. Sorry for that pause. I had to check something real quick. So let's go ahead and just eat a hamburger because we can. And we're maxed out. So let's go ahead and talk to Frank here. See what he's got going on. I'm Frank. You are? Come on. I feel like I should do a Joe Pesci voice. I'm Frank. You are? Come on. Can't you at least say your name? That was not Joe Pesci. I am not good at that. So here we have our first boss, Frank. Frank has 2 attacks he can do, or 3 technically. One is I can't remember if it's bad at you or something, but it's his normal attack, which does a decent amount of damage. And then he can brandish a knife, which does a lot of damage. The other thing he can do is shout profanity, I believe it is, and it will lower your guts. So best thing to do is just bash him. Said something nasty, and our guts goes down by 1. That's what it is. He says something nasty. He's just lowering our guts. I guess he doesn't want us to get some smash attacks off. Oh, and there's the brandish a knife. It does 24 damage. Very painful attack. And coming out swinging is his other attack, but I believe we have taken him down. Frank's not that bad as long as you go in with, you know, full HP. But what happens now is kind of annoying. Fail-proof, Frank can't be beaten. Huff, puff, puff. And this, Frankenstein Mark II. And we are now battling the robot that was behind the tree. This is the Frankenstein Mark II. It's got a very bad niche, though. I'm going to go ahead and heal up with PSI Life Up Alpha. And it's going to generate a burst of steam. It will do that every other turn. It's kind of like slacking from Pokemon. It can only attack every other turn. And it's got 2 attacks. It will pummel you, I believe, and the other one is to tear into you. When it tears into you, it does a lot of damage. The other one does a decent amount of damage, but yeah, throwing a punch does 15, whereas tearing into you does a lot more. But like I said, it's gonna waste an attack, or it's gonna waste a turn every other turn because it's gonna generate a burst of steam. So you can pretty much stay ahead of this the whole time. I'm going to heal up real quick, just because I can, and I can't remember how much health this thing has. You guys can see that on screen. I do those in later on, so I'm not 100% sure. And it tears into you, does 34 damage. So it's a good idea to heal up after that while he's generating a burst of steam. And then you can just attack him again. And as long as he doesn't tear into you again, you should be fine, but he's just gonna throw a punch. And we'll just finish him off, probably. Finish him off, question mark? Yep, there we go. I know this battle too well. This is the very first boss of the game, though, so there's that. Well, I guess technically Starman Jr. was. So I guess the second and third boss, because Frankenstein was after Frank. Sorry, semantics. And we get 76. We are now at level 6. Offense up by 2, guts by 1, maximum HP up by 2. That's lame. Oh, maximum PP up by 2 as well. Also lame. This is my first defeat. Fail-proof. Frank is now... Oh, I probably should be saying, fail-proof Frank is just failure Frank. Frank. I know you've been asking around, so I'll tell you about Giant Step. It seems to be quite a powerful spot. Some kind of special power is stored there that allows certain people to perform wondrous feats. However, a monster sucked up all that energy at that spot. It's different to get to Giant Step. Oh, it's difficult to get to Giant Step. That's all I know. I suggest you collect more information on your own. The entrance to the path leading to Giant Step is behind the touring entertainer's shack. Perkle, the mayor of Winnet, has a key to the shack. Ness, you've become stronger than I. Your adventure is just beginning. Now, something really interesting that not a lot of people know is that if you talk to Frank again, Ness, you've become stronger than I. Oh, I guess I have to go inside first. So let's go inside. If you go back out and talk to him, let's see what he says. You look much stronger. Would you like to rest? Yes, you can actually rest here for free and not have to go to a hotel and spend money. There are various areas like this throughout, or there are various things throughout the game like this, but right now this is the best one and our only one because the hotel is so expensive. Ness, you are now stronger than I, and he says the same thing. So yes, you can come here and he will heal you up. As you can see, our stats are fully maxed. Yeah? Yeah, what? Yeah? Forgot about that guy. He'll talk to you after you defeat Frank and, you know, front on you, I guess, is what the kids call it these days. Alright, so now that we've taken out the sharks, let's go talk to Perkle and see if we can get the key to that shack. Because I would very much like to get our first Jewel Sanctuary location, and I'm kind of lost. There it is. Can I actually get through here? No, there's some tiles in the game that you can break through. In fact, a tool-assisted speedrun, you can beat the game while still in your pajamas without even going to the meteorite because you use a glitch. But hey, who's counting? Let's head up to talk to Perkle. We've taken care of the sharks. Unlike the cops, what were you guys doing? Thank you so much for all your help. Oh, well, I guess at least he thanked us. In the next election, please give a speech supporting Mayor Perkle. Hee hee hee. Alright, so this must be Mayor Perkle. What voice do I want to do to him? Hey, I'm Mayor B.H. Perkle. It's nice to meet you. You beat up the town bullies, punched them out big time, kicked their butts, bit their heads off, spit in their eyes, and made them wet their pants. I don't think we did all that, but sure. Then you forced them to promise not to make any more trouble. Thank you. Actually, you know, Frank decided that on his own after we beat him. What? You want a key to the touring entertainer shack? For someone as great as you, giving you the key could help keep this town peaceful. However, if you encounter a dangerous situation, please don't ask me to take any responsibility. I'll be able to avoid any responsibility, right? Yes. You're such a smart kid. Here's the key to the shack. And we now have the key to the shack. Alright, so we're about done for this episode. Whoops. I guess we could go up to the shack, but there's one more thing I want to show off before we go. Not a lot of people know about this, and there's actually a challenge to acquire it before leaving Onette. And that is, if you go over here, I think it's up this road. It's fairly easily laid out here. I missed it. Alright, so just walk over towards the left side of the city, and you'll eventually see a dirt road leading off to seemingly nowhere. There we go. And since we beat the boss of the area, enemies will now run away from us, so you can now see the green. That's what happens if you get the upper hand on them, and since we're stronger than dogs now, we can take them out without even battling them. But if you go down this dirt road, you come out all the way to here. Check the sign real quick. Even if you're poor, come and see how easy it is to own a luxurious second home. Breakpoint Real Estate. Interesting. Doesn't this house look good? You can buy it for only $7,500. It has an ocean view and the sunsets are beautiful. Folks should have a place of their own. Do you want to buy it? No, because we don't have enough money. You can't afford $7,500? It was a waste of time talking to you. So yeah, the challenge is to battle all the enemies, get hamburgers from Pogo Punks. I guess you have to do it before taking down Frank, since now we no longer have access to the sharks. So getting the hamburgers is not really an option, but it's to battle the sharks, get the hamburgers, sell the hamburgers, and battle everything else, and just sell everything that you get, and to buy this house and own it before heading out of the town. And I will be buying this house once I have enough money, but it won't be before we leave this town, because I don't have that kind of time to grind on my hands. I must be the happiest man in the world. I can practice my trumpet in this scenic spot. I'll send my haunting melody throughout the town. That was a pretty haunting melody. Alright, so now that we've seen the house, we've got the key, we've taken down Frank and his Frankenstein Mark II. What do you got to say, dirty looking guy? The point overlooking the sea has beautiful scenery. It's over that-a-way. Such a beautiful place gets me all choked up. Alright, that's interesting. And I believe that's pretty much it that I want to show for this episode. You can go to the pizza place, buy food. You could go back into the game and heal up, like I said, because Frank will be there for the majority of the game. I guess that's the best way to say that. You can buy more food in there, and hey, look, it's the police. They set up a roadblock. The road to Tucson is closed. By the way, Tucson has got to be one of the best names. You can't just squeeze through roadblocks either. Onette is famous for roadblocks, as the guy from the first episode said. Don't talk to me. I'm on duty until I have Chief Strong's permission. I can't let you through. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to talk to Chief Strong before we're able to go to Tucson. But we have to take down... we have to go to the giant step first. So let's head up that way, and I'll call the episode there. And let's see. Yeah, like I said, Sorry, my screen goes dim. I need to set it to where it doesn't go dim after this little amount of time. But this is pretty much an RPG, so there's going to be a lot of just random characters talking. What you got to say? This shack was locked by someone from City Hall, therefore we can't use it. Blah, blah, blah. We already talked to them, I believe. Hotels are expensive, and you say the same thing as your friend. So we'll come up here to the do not enter sign. It says do not enter. I wonder, or technically it says don't enter. No problem here. So I guess we can't check that sign. Traveling Entertainer Shack. Against my better judgment, we're gonna enter in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.